Greeting everyone, especially to our beloved lecturer, Madam Norhayati binti Matno. We are from class AC220B4B, would like to present our 4570 group project, which is Genting Borhat.
My name is Nur Nadina Suhabeti Wabri.
Hi, my name is Salvia Pampalawi.
My name is Nur Aini binti Walid.
Hi, my name is LV Jessica Halmon.
Part A, Cemetery for MFRSA.
For part A, we are required to find out about the company background, management approach, reproduce the segment report, and give the conclusion about the advantage and disadvantages of the segment reporting. The first one is company background.
Genting Berhad is an investment holding and management company of the Genting Group. It is one of Asia's leading and best managed multinational. The founder of Genting Group, the late Tan Sri Lim Gotong, embarked on his journey, believing in his visions to build a mountain peak resort in Malaysia. Today, Genting Berhad is led by Tan Sri Lim Kotai, who is the chairman and chief executive of Genting Group. Genting Berhad is involved in leisure and hospitality, oil palm plantation, power, oil and gas, property development, life science and biotechnology activities, investment, and others. With operations worldwide including in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, India, China, the United States of America, the Bahamas, the United Kingdom, and Egypt. In the core leisure and hospitality business, the Genting Group and its brand affiliated market and offer a suite of products under a number of premium brands including Genting, Resort World, Genting Grand, Genting Club, Crockford, Maxims, Crystal Cruise, Dream Cruise, and Star Cruise. The Genting Group also has tied-up established names such as Universal Studios, Premium Outlet, Zouk, Hard Rock Hotel, Hilton, and other renowned international brand partners. Next is the vision and mission of Genting Berhad. The vision of Genting Berhad is to be a leading multinational corporation committed to the enhancing shareholder value and maintaining long-term sustainable growth in their core business. And the vision of Genting Berhad is to be responsive to the changing demand of their customer and excel in providing quality products and services.
Next is management approach.
Factors to be considered in preparing a segment report: the nature of the product or services. The leisure and hospitality comprises resort world, casino, and entertainment. Therefore, plantation involves the processing of oil palm tree. Besides, for property development, it is involved develop quality residential and commercial properties. Next, energy is involved in the power and oil and gas business activities of Genting Berhad. Furthermore, the life science and biotechnology of Genting Berhad involve investment in the NAE Group, Cellularity Incorporation, SCGT Sendirian Berhad, and Genting Airtech. For the nature of the production process, for leisure and hospitality, Genting Berhad provides resorts, hotels, and other entertainment facilities to tourists that come visit Genting Highland. To enjoy the accommodation provided, customers can make reservations by online booking or at the registration counter. Then, plantation consists of oil palm plantation that are focused on increasing the supply of oil palm in Malaysia with processing the palm fruit to oil palm, and also focusing on opening job opportunities that will lead to the decrease of unemployment in the country. For the Genting properties development, it involves launching new properties to attract potential purchasers and promote existing inventories to pound down its current stocks. Besides that, in the segment of power energy, Genting Berhad supplies oil and gas to their customers. For types or class of customers for the products or services, the products and services that are provided by Genting Berhad are more to customers that are from middle and upper income groups. It is because it involves spending a lot of money to enjoy the facilities provided. There are parts where the income groups can enjoy the accommodation provided by Genting Berhad because there are normal and luxurious rooms provided to satisfy every customer. For the theme park, it is suitable for kids and adults to come visit, and the adults also can join the casino game while their kids are having their fun time at the theme park. However, the casino game only for non-Muslim. Methods used to distribute the product or provide the services. For leisure and hospitality, Genting Berhad will use online marketing to distribute the products and the services provided, as it is one of the important platforms to gain people's attention. Methods used to distribute the product or provide the services. For leisure and hospitality, Genting Berhad will use online marketing to distribute the products and the services provided, as it is one of the important platforms to gain people's attention. Genting Berhad also use many initiatives to make sure their products arrive to customers through air, water and sea. For example, the oil pump will be sent by water using a ship or by the lorry for delivery by land.
Type of segment. The operating segment that Genting Berhad use is the business segment and geographical segment. So, what is business segment? Business segment is distinguishable component of an entity that is engaged in providing an individual product or service, or in a group of related product or service that is subject to risk and return that are different from those of other business segment. Meanwhile, geographical segment is distinguishable component of an entity that is engaged in providing an individual product or service within a particular economic environment and that is subject to risk and return that are different from those of other economic environments. Management has determined the operating segment based on the report received by the Chief Operating Decision Maker that are used to make strategic decisions. The Chief Operating Decision Maker considers the business from both geographic and industry perspective and have the following reportable segments, which are leisure and hospitality, plantation, power, property and also oil and gas. Leisure and hospitality includes gaming, other food and beverages and etc. For plantation, this segment is involved mainly in oil palm plantation in Malaysia and Indonesia, palm oil milling and related activities. Next, power. Power is involved in generation and supply of electric power. Property is involved in property development activities and property investment. And last but not least, oil and gas is involved in oil and gas exploration, development and production activities.
The CODM of Genting Berhad consists of Tan Sri Lim Kok Tai, the Chairman and Chief Executive and Non-Independent Executive Director, Tan Sri Fu Cheng Lian, Deputy Chairman and Independent Non-Executive Director, Mr. Lim Kiong Hui, Deputy Chief Executive and Executive Director, and Mr. Tan Kong Han, President and Chief Operating Officer and Executive Director. There are 4 independent non-executive directors that consist of Datuk Dr. R. Tilaina Tan, Madam Koi Siu Lian, Datuk Man Halal Analaki Tilal, and Mr. Eric Oi Lip An. The responsibility of CODM consists of control all the management in Genting Berhad, develop the strategy, goals and policy of Genting Berhad, and responsible for operating, budgeting and reporting aspect of their respective units in Genting Berhad. Segmental report. According to Mfrs 8 operating segment, an entity should disclose information to enable user of its financial statement to evaluate the nature and financial effect of its business activities in which it engages and the economic environment in which it operates. In order to identify the reportable segment, Genting Berhad is required to disclose information about the segment separately if it meets any quantitative of 10% threshold test, which consists of 3 elements such as revenue, profit or loss, and asset. The first one is revenue. Revenue of external and internal must equal or greater than 10% of combined revenue of all operating segment. The second one is profit or loss is equal or greater than 10% of total profit or loss, or profit or loss making, whichever is greater in absolute amount. And the last one is asset should be equal or greater than 10% of combined asset of all operating segment. But if the information for operating segment did not meet the 10% threshold requirements and are not classified as reportable segment, is to be combined and disclosed under the all segment category. 75% total revenue requirement. Genting Berhad should combine external revenue of identified operating segment and must be equal or greater than 75% of total revenue of the entity. If the total external revenue reported by operating segment constitutes less than 75% of the entity revenue, additional operating segments shall be identified as reportable segments until at least 75% of the entity's revenue is included in reportable segment. In these cases, we decided to choose and calculate the 10% threshold test based on the revenue in Genting Berhad. The figures shown there are extracted from Genting Berhad financial report for 2019 in the notes to financial statements. As I mentioned before, we choose to calculate the 10% threshold tax by using the revenue basis of the company. After the calculation of the 10% threshold tax, the percentage shown of the segments are as follows. The first segment is leisure and hospitality. It's total up until 80.59%. And then the plantation, 11.59%. Moving on, power, 4.63%. Property, 1.01%. Oil and gas, 1.37%. And the last one is investment and others, 0.81%. 10% rule, only leisure and hospitality and plantation are reportable, while power, property, oil and gas, and investment and others are non-reportable. Since it is not reportable, it will be combined and disclosed as all other segment categories. The sources of the revenue included in this category shall be described. Then, under 75% threshold, total external revenue of reported segment is greater than 75%, which is 91.94%. Therefore, the management need to not to identify additional reportable segments.
The figures show the segmental report of Genting Berhad for the year ended 31st December 2019. Based on the calculation previously, the reportable operating segment that comply with the 10% threshold test is leisure and hospitality and plantation. However, power, property, oil and gas, and investment and others are disclosed in the other reportable operating segment. According to report, the total revenue is 22,909 million and operating profit is 2,883 million. Next, the net profit after tax is 3,681.1 million ringgit. Furthermore, for other information, the total asset is 102016.4 million ringgit. Then, the total of liability is 42742.4 million ringgit.
Conclusion.
The first advantages of using segment reporting is it can separate profitable segments. For businesses that operate in different categories or geographic areas such as Genting Berhad, segment reporting can reveal which areas are profitable and which are drains on the bottom line for the company. If segment reporting shows overseas operations are more profitable than domestic operations, Genting Berhad could prompt a change in strategic direction. And the second advantages of segment reporting is it can improve context. For example, segment reporting allows stakeholders to get a better picture of the fluctuations that might affect overall numbers. If a business reports much higher earnings than expected, such as segment reporting shows where those earnings are coming from, a stakeholder can look at the same report to determine if the numbers are sustainable. It's designed to help investor better understand the business and its potential cash flow. Next, for its disadvantages are the need to report segments externally can be detrimental to the company. Segment reporting also allows competitors to gain an important picture of companies and individual profit margins. A company can take advantage of its competitive advantage by providing details on what makes the most money. In addition, external segmented accounting must follow generally accepted accounting principles, while internal reporting may make more sense on a different basis. Many companies use external formats for their internal reporting to avoid having to create two different sets of financial statements. This can result in managers not getting the very information they all have.
Part B, internal report and IFRS 134.
Now I will explain about what is the basic of preparation of interim report. An interim financial report is prepared on a consolidated basis if the entity's most recent annual financial statement will consolidate statements. The parent's separate financial statements are not consistent or comparable with the consolidated statement in the most recent annual financial report. The basis of preparation for the interim report can be prepared using two methods, namely integral method and discrete method. Genting Berhad prepares their interim financial report in accordance with MFRS 134 Interim Financial Reporting and paragraph 9.22 of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad listing requirement, and the figures for the cumulative period have been audited. Lastly, for the fourth quarter interim report ended 31 December 2019, the report should be read in conjunction with the audited financial statement of the group for the financial year ended 31 December 2018.
B. Identify any two accounting policies used in preparing the interim report. MFRS 16 leases. MFRS 16 eliminates the classification of leases by the lessee as either final leases or operating leases. MFRS 16 also introduced a single accounting model requiring the lessee to recognize the right of use of the underlying asset and the lease liability reflecting future lease payment liabilities in the statement of financial position. The group has adopted MFRS 16 retrospectively from 1 January 2019 using the simplified transition approach and has not restated comparatives for the 2018 reporting period as permitted under the standard. The reclassification and adjustment arising from the new leasing rules are therefore recognized in the opening balance of Statement of Financial Position as at 1st January 2019. MFRS 137 Provisions, Contingent Liabilities and Contingent Assets. Provisions are measured at the present value of management best estimate of the expenditure expected to be required to settle the obligation using a pre-tax rate that reflects current market assessment of the time value of money and the risks specific to the obligation. The increase in the provision due to passage of time is recognized as finance cost. The group does not recognize contingent assets, but disclose their existing where inflows of economic benefits are probable, but not virtually certain. When inflow of economic resources is virtually certain, the asset is recognized. In the acquisition of subsidiaries by the group under a business combination, the contingent liabilities assumed are measured initially at their fair value at the acquisition dates, irrespective of the extent of any non-controlling interest.
For the types of interim report, the types of interim reporting provided by Genting Berhad are: firstly, condensed consolidated income statement; second, condensed consolidated statement of comprehensive income; third, condensed consolidated statement of financial position; fourth, condensed consolidated statement of changes in equity; and lastly, condensed consolidated statement of cash flows. And all of these interim reports were provided on quarterly basis.
Period for the current and comparative of each statement prepared. Genting Berhad prepare their report on every 4-quarter year end, which from October until 31st December. First, for statement of financial position in current interim period is on 1 January until 31st December 2019, while for comparative period is 1 January until 31st December 2018. Second, for statement of profit or loss, current interim is on 1 October until 31st December 2019, which is equal to 3 months. And the cumulative period is on 1 January 2019 until 31st December 2019, equal to 12 months. While for comparative for current period is on 1 October 2018 until 31st December 2018, and the cumulative period is on 1 January 2018 until 31st December 2018. Lastly, for statement of change in equity and statement of cash flow, current period is on 1 January 2019 until 31st December 2019, while for comparative is on 1 January 2018 until 31st December 2018. So, next is question in which is adjustment. During the current year ended 2019, the account receivable amount 2,538,665 ringgit, as at 31st December 2019, the company estimates that the amount will be only 80% collectible by year-end. The adjustment that need we do is calculate the net amount to be reported. The balance 20% should be recorded on statement of profit or loss as expenses. Second adjustment is inventories. As prescribed on Mfrs 102, inventory value at lower of cost and net receivable value. So the value of the inventory in the interim financial statement as at 31st December 2019 should be at the lower of cost and net receivable value, which is 650,000 ringgit.
So this is Genting Berhad statement of financial position as well as at 31st December 2019. Thank you.